attitude, so he call me Lil Brat. Brat, he love me long time, cause it's cash, yeah, I match that. Never took a L, lesson learned, and I bounce back. Tripping off a nigga, man, for what? I just fall back, I don't have the time.
What's good, YouTube? Like, it has been forever since I have been on YouTube, let alone in front of any camera, like months. And the reason for that is because I am pregnant. Yes, it's crazy still even saying that, because yeah, like I never thought, and it's been such a like crazy, emotional, and amazing journey so far. It's just so much. So yeah, I took a little hiatus off of my social media accounts for some months now, off of YouTube, and I've been wanting to get back on YouTube. But you know, this year has been, whew, that's all I'm gonna say so far. 2019 has been a hot mess, but all in all, a blessing has come out of all of it, and like I am so thankful and so just still in awe about just bringing a human in this world. It's still crazy to me. Like, I can't believe I have a human growing inside of me, and you know, like I'm gonna be raising a child, y'all. Like, I'm gonna be a mom. Kayla's gonna be a mom. Like, I haven't been, like I said, on any camera, that mean nobody camera, like at all, in front of a camera in months. Like, I haven't taken no pictures with nobody. I haven't done anything. I haven't put on makeup in forever, literally. So to even see my face on camera right now, or to have on makeup, to do my hair, like I literally look like somebody off The Color Purple. Straight like that. I really look like somebody off The Color Purple for the last at least 4 months. And before then, I really wasn't even putting on makeup like that. I would put it on and try to like do some here and there. But like I said, this whole year so far was up until I found out I was pregnant. It's just been, and even when I found out I was pregnant, you know, I went through my little stuff that I will get into. But yeah, like it's been crazy. So I'm just glad to be back. I'm glad to be able to just feel like myself again. Like, after what, it's been, ooh, we in 8 months already into the 2019 year, but it feels like it's went by like that because I just feel like I've been through and through this year. So with all that being said, I did decide to come back today because I find out what I'm having today. And I was in the middle of getting dressed, and I figured I'll do a little vlog. I am not dressed at all, but, well, not at all, not finished getting dressed. But yeah, I find out if I'm going to be a mom of a little mini me, which, whew, the world ain't ready. But a little mini me or a king, I don't know, y'all. I'm really, you know, let me say this before I say what I'm about to say. Regardless of if it's a girl or a boy, I am just so happy and blessed to be able to have a baby, because I know so many women are not able to, and to be able to carry this child. So if a girl or a boy, healthy baby girl or boy, I'm happy either way. But if God was to be like, Kayla, what do you want? I will give you this one thing that you want in life. What do you want? And I would be like, you know, a boy. I really want a boy. Like, I want a boy, y'all. Like, a little mini me. Like I said, the world ain't ready, and I darn sure ain't ready. Like, Lord. Not that another me wouldn't be amazing, because I would raise my little girl to be not only a little mini me, but a better version of me. But me growing up and me listen, I'm just, but again, I'm happy and blessed, girl or boy, healthy girl or baby boy, and just to have a healthy pregnancy the rest of this pregnancy, and to be able to enjoy this journey. So either way, I'm happy, but I would love a boy, but we will see. And I decided to go ahead and vlog all of that today. So yeah, I'm coming back at y'all YouTube, at my social media. I'm sure it'll be posted on my social media first, because I'm going to take photos once I find out afterwards. I have some of my grandparents, some of the best grandparents in the world, coming with me to find out. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I don't think nobody was expecting me to be pregnant, and although I'm about to be 28, I waited a long time, but it still wasn't in the circumstances or situation that I wanted it to be. But either way, I'm rocking with it. I've always been strong. I've always did what I had to do, and I definitely, this is every reason in the world to do what I have to do, to be having a human being and have a baby coming in this world. And yeah, I want to vlog about it, and I want to share this journey with my YouTube fam, and to get back into the rhythm and rhythm of everything of me. And it just feels good. I'm finally not in the sick mode anymore, and I'm over the first trimester stuff and through some other emotional stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was emotional before I got pregnant, but now, yeah, it's a little bit, but that's neither here or there. So yes, I am back to myself. I'm feeling good again, and I am really excited and nervous all at the same time to find out what I am having. And yeah, I hope y'all watch the whole entire video to see what I am having and how I found out and all that good stuff. Just to kind of go into a little background about me being pregnant, since this is a little vlog, before I finish getting dressed, gotta drink the water. One thing that I will say is, like I said, me having a child right now, it wasn't in the circumstance or situation I wanted it to be in, but God has a way of, or whoever you may be, as your higher being. For me, it's God, and I'm rooted in the church, always been in the church. Growing up, I was just always in church. So my great-grandfather is a pastor, some of my family members pastors and ministers, and I just feel like God has sent me so many signs and blessed me so much already in this journey to let me know that we are going to be okay. Me and baby are going to be good, and no matter what happens or what transpires from here on out. So when I originally found out, like, it was crazy. It was really crazy. Like I said, before I even got pregnant, my life this year was already kind of crazy. I had just moved, and I had a lot going on, just mentally trying to figure everything out and get things within myself together, and trying to fix myself and fix some things that I really needed to work on with just life and myself. So that's where I was when I found out I was pregnant. And upon finding out, a lot had happened. And like, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, when I found out, like, I took like 20 tests because I just could not believe it. Y'all think I'm playing? These are all my pregnancy tests I took, because I just couldn't believe, like, it's not that I thought I couldn't get pregnant. I just didn't think I was built to kind of be anybody's mom. And I mean, in a way, like, when I was younger, I kind of thought, like, and these not even all of them, y'all, but I went, when I was younger, I kind of, always felt like that family thing was me. But then as life went on, and you go through life, and my life experience is this far, I just figured, that's not for me. The family thing, me having a child, it just wasn't for me. But apparently God had other plans. They say the saying is, tell God your plans and watch him laugh. So here I am, and so I just didn't believe it. I took like 20 tests, y'all. So No lie, like I just had to keep taking them, and then finally I went to get it confirmed at a doctor's office, and I kind of believed it, but then other things had ended up transpiring, like and I didn't have any symptoms. Let me say that I have no symptoms, y'all. Like, I did not know I was pregnant. I would have never known had I not been waiting for Mother Nature to come, because I have this condition where I have horrible cycles, okay? Like throwing up, stuff coming out both ends. I mean, horrible cramps that feel like I'm having a baby, like literally, and it's all day long. It's something that, like, I throw up all day. I throw up even when I don't have food on my stomach. So I be trying to prepare. Like, I've had this on my whole life. So since I've gotten Mother Nature when I was younger, this has been a condition I've had. So I've always kind of tried to, when I wasn't on birth control, because I eventually got on birth control so I wouldn't have any cycles, because it was just that bad. So, and I knew I didn't want kids when I was younger, like that much younger. But I ended up getting off birth control, Depo, because I was on Depo. That's the only thing that helped me not have periods at all. So when I got off about 2 years ago, because I was just on it for so long, and me being older, I wasn't sure, you know, what I wanted to do, but I didn't want like any complications, because they say Depo, after so long you have it in your system, it can cause a lot of problems. And so I've decided, you know, getting older, and now that I'm about to be 28 years old in a few months, I just decided it was time, you know, either try another birth control or to just completely get off of it. So yeah, I have been deciding to suffer for the last 2 years, and I wasn't on any birth control. And again, if it had not been for me waiting for my Mother Nature to come, like trying to prepare, because I can't go anywhere if I'm going to be on my cycle. I would rather be in my house and be comfortable as possible, because I rather go through all that stuff at home in my comfort zone than to be at somebody else's house or be out and be somewhere and I'm doing all this, you know. So, and because I was waiting for it and it didn't come, I was like, hold on. Look, it may not come on the same day, but it definitely comes every month faithfully. And never have I missed a period, never do I spot anything like that. So my period hadn't come. So when that first, you know, that was like, okay, maybe it's just late, you know. But then once a whole month passed, I knew something wasn't right, because it just never happens, ever happens where I'm gonna miss my cycle, like ever happens. So once I missed my cycle, I noticed, like, I started breaking out really bad, and I have 2 skin conditions as well, eczema and hidradenitis suppurativa. Don't quote me if I'm wrong on that name. It's a long skin condition, but it's pretty much where I have lumps on my skin, and like in sweat glands and stuff like that. So with that being said, I started to break out really bad. I haven't had a breakout in a long time, and like my face, when I have these breakouts, everything break out. It looks like heat bumps all over my skin, and it's just really itchy and aggravating and so uncomfortable and so like painful. So that happened. I was like, what's going on? You know, I was confused. So I went through that at first, and then next thing you know, cycle still not on, but I started spotting again. I never spot. I'm either gonna have Mother Nature, this pain finna come, or it's not gonna come. It's finna happen or it's not gonna happen. So when I started spotting and it wasn't a full cycle, I wasn't, and when I usually come on, it's the first day that's the worst. I mean, the first day is the only day that, like, it's the worst. Like, the pain is finna come, and it's finna come hard. So when I noticed that I didn't have a cycle. I mean, when I noticed I didn't have a cycle, then this breakout starting to happen. I hadn't had one in a long time. Cycle, then this breakout starting to happen. I hadn't had one in a long time. Then I started spotting. It was like, okay, I never spot. So I'm still kind of like, what the heck, what's going on? Still never really thinking I might be pregnant, but I'm saying it, but I'm not saying it. Like, I was talking to my cousin, and I was like, I think I might be. I don't know what to do. Still didn't take a test at this time, just because I'm like, it'll come on, because I'm used to my cycle being like where it don't come on the same day, but it'll come, you know, like a few days later or a day, you know, and just used to come in at different days. It never come on the same day, but it always usually comes, like always. So after like a month and a half, I decided to take one. And it was positive. I was not expecting it to be positive. I was just home. I was like, go get one from Dollar Tree to see if I'm coming on. I'm like, I don't feel like wasting no dollar, because listen, I do not like wasting money at all now. Like, I take care of everything on my own. It is not easy. This world is a struggle for me, at least, and it's not easy. So wasting a dollar was not what I wanted to do, but that's what came to my mind. Like, I'm gonna be mad if I waste this little dollar. So I went and got just one, thinking, if it don't say nothing, then whatever. Like, I just wasted a dollar. So I ended up taking a little Dollar Tree one, which was, let me see. Oh, it's right here. It was this one. This was my first one, like, I took, and as y'all can see, it was really faint. Like, it was really faint. I was like, is that a yes or a no? Like, so, you know, I'm talking to my cousin, and I'm like, if it's a little faint, does that still mean it? Or, you know, because I don't know, right? I'm like, I mean, if it's a little faint. So then I went back to the store the next day, to Dollar Tree again, because I wasn't gonna still get no more, like, at all yet. And I got this one, and it was a little darker the next day. So I'm like, oh shoot, so maybe this is true. So y'all, it still wasn't like believable in my head. So I went and got another one the next day. So this was day 3, and it was even darker. So like, it went from, okay, so it went from this one to this one the next day that it got darker, to the 3rd day, this one. Let me see if I can. So yeah, it definitely was getting darker, and I was like, at that point I was like, okay, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm pregnant, I'm accepting it, but I'm not accepting it. So my cousin comes over my house one day, and I went and got like 10 more just to be sure, because I wanted her to confirm that I'm pregnant. I don't know why, y'all, but I just had to keep letting her confirm I'm pregnant. So I went and got these, and then I went and got this one. Like, they just kept coming. Like, I was like, you sure? I'm telling my cousin, like, you sure? Because I don't think, I mean, but she's like, because you pregnant, you know, you pregnant. So once that all happened, I ended up going to the doctor and confirming that I wanted them to confirm it and have it on paper. So I was. Then next thing you know, y'all, like 2 days later, after I had confirmed this pregnancy at the doctor's office, literally I started bleeding. And it was still, again, blotting, like spotting again, but I never spot. But when it happened this time, and me knowing and me taking all these tests, and I was pregnant and I started cramping, I'm worried. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm finna, you know, the worst is finna happen. Like, I done found this out, you know, this happened. So all this going through my mind, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, wow. So then next thing you know, after that happened, I went to the hospital that night, because I'm like, you know what, this is gonna happen. I just want to know if it's gonna happen, and I just wanted to, you know, whatever. Go to the hospital. They tell me, you are pregnant, but we can't see anything yet. They did an ultrasound, and like something called a vaginal ultrasound, where they put something in my vagina and they see if they can see the baby or see what's going on. They're like, we don't see anything, but your tests are coming up positive. I'm like, you know what? Why did I even come here? Why? But I didn't know at the time that's how the hospital works. But next thing you know, they say, hey, come back in 48 hours, and we'll test your blood levels to see if they go up. If they go up, that means, you know, good. So they should double in like 2 days. So y'all end up doing this, going back to the hospital 48 hours for about 4 different times, because my levels kept to keep doubling. So when I went back like the second time, they were like, they're doubling. I mean, they went up, but it's not exactly doubling. So they got me worried, y'all. I'm stressed out this like for like 2 weeks straight. I'm just like, I don't know if this isn't. And then when I forgot to say, when I went the first time, they called it a threatened miscarriage, because they couldn't see anything. Even though I had a pregnancy test, I was saying I was, just because they couldn't see anything. They were saying it was a threatened miscarriage, or something called an ectopic pregnancy, which means it's just not it's a pregnancy, but it's not in the place that it should be. So they freaking me out. This is my first time hearing about this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, Lord, what is going on? I'm stressed. I'm stressed for like 2-3 weeks straight. And that's just going back. That was just within that time, going back to the hospital every 48 hours to check my blood levels and to see if they see anything. So eventually, about like my third time, they was like, oh, you far enough along. It looks like you were just too early before. It looks like we can see something happening. Mind you, before this happened, y'all, they confirmed I had ectopic pregnancy. They scared the shit out of me. Like, I broke down crying, everything. I was so mad at this hospital. Like, I don't ever want to go back to this hospital ever again in my life, because if y'all could tell me some information like this and mess my head up like that, like, y'all don't know what y'all doing. I was hysterical, because they told me about, I think this is my third time I went, you have ectopic. They like, it is confirmed you have an ectopic pregnancy. Like, the baby is there and you're pregnant, but it's in the wrong place. Mind you, they're like, because your blood levels are the number that they are, we should be able to see something, but we don't see it in the right place in your uterus. And I'm like, okay, so shouldn't you see it somewhere else? And they're like, no, not really, because you're still early, it don't mean that it won't, we can't see it in any other tube. Because I'm like, you're doing an ultrasound, so when you do ultrasound, you see more than just the uterus, you see everything down there. So if it ain't in my uterus, you can tell me where it's at, and you can see where it's at. So they're like, no, we don't see it anywhere else either, and da-da-da-da-da. Y'all, about 5 minutes later, the lady comes in, and I don't even know if she was a doctor. I think she was just a practitioner, nurse, or something, whatever you call them. And she says, oh, laugh it off like it was nothing. And I'm over here boo-hoo crying in here by myself. Like, bitch. So she says, oh, I apologize, Miss Hodges. It looks like I was looking at the wrong chart. Bitch. Like, at the wrong chart, y'all, I immediately broke down again. I just broke down crying again, because I'm like, ma'am, like, first of all, it ain't funny. I could slap you right now. And I literally said in my mouth, ma'am, don't play with me. I said that, like, as I'm crying, like, don't play with me. She's like, no, mind you, she ain't been consoling y'all. She's not doing nothing. She's just like, yeah, it looks like it actually is something there. I was looking at your old chart, that one that you had took 48 hours before, and not this one. That one hadn't come in yet. So yeah, it looks like you are, it is in the right place. We see something going on there. It's still pretty early, but it's in the right place, so that's a good sign. We want you to come back in another 48 hours. So break down, go through it, still stressed over stress. At this point, I am like stressed. Like, it's no words for how I feel, because I don't know what to think, what to do. I didn't even know this was, if I wanted to continue with this myself. I hadn't been able to even make that decision yet, because or even really figure anything out, because I just didn't like have the time, because all this was going on. Like, I didn't know if it was gonna happen naturally or what. So that happened. 48 hours, I come back, baby is there, everything's good. But within this time, I start bleeding. Between that time that I went to the hospital and they told me this and they told me the wrong information, to 48 hours later, I started bleeding even more. I bled really like a period type of bleeding. So I was like, oh my god, so this is happening. Like, y'all, I am stressed or beyond stress. It's no words for really how I felt. But I went back to the hospital. Went back, and they did all the tests. They did another ultrasound. Baby's good, baby's okay. Still, at this point, I hadn't went to an official doctor's appointment yet. But at this point, because like doctors don't take you this early, but at this point they had decided, hey, we're gonna go ahead and take you. So I had to have a doctor's appointment to confirm what was going on or what was what. So I found a doctor's office that did take me to follow up from the hospital, and I was still really early. So by this time though, the baby should have had a heartbeat, and they should have definitely seen something because of how many weeks I should have been. So I go to the doctor's office. They confirm, oh, it is a heartbeat, everything looks good. It looks like you have a subchronic hemorrhaging, and that's just where they, from what I understand and how they explained it, how the baby implanted, it's something between how the baby implanted and the placenta, and you can bleed in between that, where the baby implant and where, you know, so it's like bleeding in between. And that's what happened. Everything with the baby though was not affected when this happens. It just, you know, whatever blood is there, it just expels, and everything looked good. So I bled for about another week after that, but they told me not to worry, everything will be fine as long as I don't have, you know, too much bleeding that's like filling up a pad, this, and a third, and I hadn't had that. So yeah, eventually everything was good. And this is after I done been to the hospital about 20 times now, because I was scared, I was terrified, I was worried. Anytime any little thing had happened, I'm calling the doctor's office at this point, because I have a doctor at this point. So I'm like, I'm gonna come, I don't think something right, I'm bleeding, you know. I didn't know what was what, y'all. So I went to the doctor all the time, like every other day. I was probably at them people's office, and they probably talked about me real bad, but I don't care. I don't care, baby. I need to know what's going on, okay? So that happened and all that went down, and in between this time, of course, I'm working, I'm doing all this other stuff. So again, this is another reason why I had to take a hiatus off of, you know, social media, off of everything, just because I needed time. Like, all that was going on, it was just so much. And I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know what I was gonna do, you know. And I've been doing it all alone. Like, it's just been me, you know, pretty much. Again, my grandparents have been around, and, you know, they have been great support. So that's been good. I have family that has been around, but I haven't announced it to anybody other than a few people, a few close family members that know. But other than that, nobody knows. So by the time this video is out though, everybody will know. It's gonna be out there. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram and my social media once I find out what it is and I take my photos. So that is why I am getting cute. I really need to go because I'm running late, but I wanted to get out of background and what's been going on, why I've been missing, and what's about to happen. So yeah, y'all stay tuned, and I will see y'all.